Without a doubt, Serena Williams is unarguably the greatest tennis player ever. Period. I found an article, online publication entitled NewsOne. I'm Tyrone Bowman. This is Tyrone Bowman Tonight. Serena Williams played her last tennis match, and I will do a follow-up video about the accolades and the praises that she received as a result. But in this one, someone just can't seem to keep her racism and bigotry out of the picture. Jealousy and envy surrounded the crowning moment of Serena Williams. Check out this article entitled Tennis Karen Margaret Court is Big Mad Serena Williams Won't Call Her the GOAT. Quote, the article is written by Philip Costello, Getty. Quote, I'm not sure what it is about Serena Williams. Milkshake that brings all the salty white haters to the yard. Actually, yes, I am. We all are. We've all seen time and time again that nothing gets white folks foaming at the mouth like a black woman's confidence. That's why if you read through the comment section of any Serena Williams news post, you'll see mixed reactions. You'll see plenty of people of all races praising her strength, achievements, grace, and overall amazingness. But you'll also see plenty of white interesting comments demanding that she check her ego and adhere to their standard of classiness. These comments are typically made by non-washcloth users who just don't like her attitude and can't stand all the fanfare that has surrounded her throughout her career, throughout her and her sister Venus's career. And let me add before I continue this article, who cares what you people think? They don't have to bow down to you, and they don't have to adhere to your so-called standards, which aren't standards at all. It's just pure racism, bigotry, and hatred, period. Let's call it by its name. And now continuing with the article, and I quote, and don't let people get to calling her the greatest athlete of all time or the GOAT of tennis or even the GOAT of women's tennis, then the gloves are off. And the white knuckles are turning red from rage typing on their keyboards while expressing their outrage over the deserved hype of the woman who dominated the game in the spotlight for more than 20 years. And now that Serena's tennis career has come to a spectacular end, the hater hive is scrambling to disapprove the popular opinion that Serena is the greatest women's tennis player to wrap her hand around a racket. And they keep bringing up one name, Margaret Court. Now, if you're like me and you're reading that name for the first time, you might be thinking, who the hell is Margaret? And what does she have to go to court for? Well, Margaret Court is an 80-year-old Australian woman who was once a tennis player. In fact, she was once a tennis champion who won 24 Grand Slam single titles, which means she won one more Grand Slam singles title than Serena did. And now she appears to be very upset that the younger Williams sister hasn't given her the flowers she deserves, that she believes she deserves. Serena, I've admired her as a player, Court told Britain's Daily Telegraph, according to ESPN, but I don't think she has ever admired me. Court said she has become a persona non grata in the tennis world because of her Christian beliefs, which led to her to oppose same-sex marriage when it was proposed in Australia. A lot of the press and television today, particularly in tennis, don't want to mention my name, she said. The honor has not been there for what I did do. In my own nation, I have been given titles, but they still rather not mention me. Oh, poor thing. It appears that the tennis world is treating Grand Slam Karen the way she would like to see homosexuals treated, only without eroding her civil protections. A shame. Court also defended herself against the idea that the only reason she won one more single than the GOAT is that she played at a time when Grand Slam was an amateur game and she has never been up against the same competition Serena has. You don't say. You don't say. Writer Michael Harriot actually did an excellent Twitter thread on that, so I'll go ahead and share it before I move on to Betty Spite's grievances. So let me read what Michael Harriot said. People think Margaret Court is hating on Serena, but she's right. No one respects Court's 24 Grand Slam titles. If Serena's career ends with 23 Grand Slam titles, she'll still hold the record because everyone knows Court record is BS. I just love reading this stuff sometimes. You can't, I'm telling y'all, I can't make this stuff up. Close quote. And not to mention, the tennis world has benefited generously and astronomically from the Williams sisters. They've earned billions and billions and billions of dollars the same way that Tiger Woods transformed the sport of golf. But they don't want to talk about the billions and billions of dollars that they've made off these great athletes. And as far as we are concerned, our champion, our hero, Venus, Serena Williams. Never surrender, never quit.